Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I've got a non-bingo-y rack, but good scoring tiles in the J and the Z. I can't play both of them. I don't like the duplicate tiles. So I can sort that out with Jow. And if I play here, then I'm setting up a spot for the Z. I'm going with this. So through a C, Hoaxin, but an alternative spelling of that is the 7-letter play Hoaxin. So I do have a bingo on my rack. But it may be, well, I was going to say drawn to column 5, leaving alone this Z spot. But this works for my bingo. So no C, no hooks for Jube. I think this is the best spot, because there are no 2-letter words ending in Z. If I played in row G, then opponent could put a vowel under the Z. I'm going with this. And pretty good, not far off a bingo. Just wondering about infamid through an A. No A available. But this looks fairly balanced. Just the F, which is non-bingo-y. So where are the floaters? Floating B, floating E. So minified through an I. I think I have minified, which may well be taken. Row H quite hot if opponent's got the right tile to go above the I. So what about the T? Nope. N. No, so minified is the only bingo I've spotted. 3 I's in that word, all of which could use the I of Hoaxin. But what am I going to do if that's blocked? Jube only takes an S. And it is blocked, and no I provided. So floating A. Just wondering if I was wondering about... I'm pretty sure I said no floating A's earlier. But what was that in connection with? Infamid? Well, it's free challenge. I don't feel great about this, but let me see if it stays on. And it doesn't. So does it have an anagram? So it's damnifies through an A and an S. Maybe that's why I'm thinking A could be useful. So what about R? No. What about O-N? Monified, only one N. No. Okay, so let me get rid of the F and the I. So I could play if beside Jube. But is there a better spot? And I feel there could be a bingo here, but I can't look forever. Double O doesn't look useful. Yeah, it's just the A which is bugging me, but I think it's just damnified and damnifies I'm thinking of. Minified, definitely blocked. FAH is good, but I do want to split up the duplicate I's. Fon is also good, but it has the same issue. I could play minified here as a non-bingo. 32 points, leaving just an M. Or I can do this for 14 fewer points, keeping a balanced 5-letter set, which I think goes quite well with the A. I am going with this. And I draw 2 E's, which is one of the issues I had with minified, that I was losing my E. Now 30 for opponent. Zinc takes an O. I don't have one. And an S. This rack doesn't go well with the A. Just too many E's here. Do I have anything through the sea? Well, I have MC'd, burning all my E's. Endemic doesn't fit. R. D minor. Not an 8. N. No, so I've seen MC'd. Which I don't like particularly. I don't like burning all my E's, only 22 points. I do have a lead. I'm setting up quite a nice lane in row M. So, what about minced instead? 28 points, keeping 2 E's. That's not great. But it does inhibit a row M bingo ending in S. So MC'd, keeping IN or double E. Fairly tight board. How many E's have been played? 2, not many. I could end up with 5 or 6 E's, but I think multiple E's are fairly easy to play through. And if I don't draw any, 2 E's could be bingo-y. And this is preventing the zinc or inhibiting the Zinco hook. I'm going with this. Great, I draw no more E's, and vowels go well with the X. Well, if I had 2 A's and an E, I would have gattos, or gatto, but I don't. I do have that through the A, but not for a very big score. So nowhere great for the X on this board. Can't see anything in column 13 ending XON. Quite a few words end axon. I'm not seeing one. On to IN, I would have teguexin. No IN available. BI takes an O in front, and only an O. Now, it would be nice to get rid of the U as well, so Gatto may be the play. Ah, great, just 18 for opponent. Just checking these new floaters, I and N. Okay, but do I now have access to something decent? Well, I do have Zoo here. 36 points is good, Rackley not terrible. Taking out floaters. What would be better? Well, not very much. I can't see. Well, any play in row N which gets the X tripled is going to provide access to triple word squares. So I think the only better play would be one in row N which reaches the double word square, and I'm not seeing that. I am going with this. Wow, great. I do draw another E, but I've drawn an S, which is good. No S's or blanks have been played so far. So, again, if one of my E's were an A, I would have a bingo, this time etages. Great, opponent not bingoing, so there's still a little bit of daylight between us. I've got a preponderance of vowels, and the best floater is a vowel, which is a shame. Do I have anything ending in R? So étagères is good, but that ends R-E-S. Hoatzin does take an S. And steerage is its anagram, and eagerest. None of those work. So I'm not seeing anything great. Gun is good. So what I'd like to do is play off G double E. And I've got a lead. So why not play it here? 16 points, taking out 2 good floaters, which are more valuable for opponent. And if opponent does open the board, I'm poised to pounce. I'm going to add another 6 points to my score. and make it harder for opponent to score. GON takes an A in front. What does AMI take in front? Possibly an R. Okay, so there may not be terribly much strategically between these two plays, but I think the extra 6 points are worth getting. Still 4 A's to come. I am going with this. Wow, great. And that extra tile turnover may have resulted in me drawing the first blank. Quite a balanced rack. There could be a bingo here. Where are the floaters? Floating T. I wonder if I've overlooked that in previous floater considerations. So a play could end EST. W not particularly bingo-y. Now EA could be useful. Just 15 for opponent, and they have not set up any bingo lanes, so that's good news. I now do have an O for OB. But is there a bingo here? Sweet Sop is good through an S or a P. Let me just put in E and S. Could there be a bingo ending EST? Not that I can see. And what would a play through EA look like? Sweat just leaves the vowels. Okay, so I'm not seeing a bingo. Not seeing anything beginning with the I. So I need to play off the W. Wow, just noticing that I could play towers in this spot. Let me see what that scores. 37 points. I think that's worth going for. Although I'm providing access to column 15 triple word square, a big tile can't go on this double letter square, so that's not hot. Although I'm burning the S, there are 3 to come, and I'm preserving the blank. The only useful floater is the T, which is a solitary floater, and that is useful to me. So I'm going... Could there be something better than towers? No, I'm going with this. Okay, so I draw the K, which is good. If I don't have a bingo, it's always good to have scoring tiles that you can use to get in the high 20s or 30s, because that feels like half a bingo. The worst racks are 1-pointers where you struggle to get into the teens or to get out of the teens. So what am I going to do with this? I feel I've had a lot of vowel heavy racks, so there could be a vowel shortage in the end game. I lead by 100, just 1 bingo, and with 3 S's and a blank to come, opponent could easily bingo. But will they be using a floater I've just provided? If not, I may use column 15. I could play Deke in that spot, D-E-K-E, and that spot remains available. But there's now a better one because K-A-I is good. So I've got a choice of Deke or Doak. Nothing I've got goes in front of La. 36 points, keeping E-O blank. Alternative would be neither of these E's is a bingo floater, so I'm not helping opponent. Still 3 O's to come. Double O is problematic. But with 5 E's to come, if I kept double E, I could always draw a third. I suspect there's not terribly much between these plays. What would Deke score in column 15? 33, so this is 3 more points. I don't mind floaters being available when I've got the blank, so I think this is the play. Great, this looks balanced. Do I have bingos? Well, I do. I have soldered in column 3. Do I have anything ending or going through? Oh, well, towers takes an S in front, so I have resols in row C. Gosh. When I played towers, No, I've just played Deke and I don't think I had any bingo at all on my rack, let alone one ending in S. Okay, opponent bingos, but I can just bingo straight back with resolves. And we're 14 tiles closer to the end of the game. Great, nice balanced rack and some scoring tiles to keep the scoring going. I lead by 130. Still one blank to come, still one S to come. My P can go next to the O of Dariol's. Not seeing anything great there. His opponent going to back-to-back bingo. That would be brutal. Resolves has created 2 new lanes. I suspect there were a whole bunch of bingos with that rack. And you have to make a judgment call as to whether to spend time looking for a better one. With unlimited time, you would. But with a finite amount of time, it's a judgment call you need to make, and I felt that there weren't any massively better bingos. Even if there was one in row O, I'm getting all of the points from towers, which increases this double word square to effectively a triple word one. And Resolves also took out column 15, which, although it wasn't super hot, had some hotness. Now, opponent's got 42 points, so still some work to be done before safety. So what am I going to do with this? Do I have anything beginning with P? No, and this isn't a great spot anyway, since I would be opening column 1, which I don't want to do. Wari's pretty good in that it's taken out or massively restricted the bingo lanes that Resolves created, and the new floaters of W and Y are not particularly bingo-y. So, what to do? F, less bingo-y than P. And retaining P, not a bad idea, given the Dariol's spot, the O spot. So I have this for 25, only 20, oh no I don't, LE not good. 17 tiles in the bag, 8 minutes on my clock. So I could burn both of my scoring tiles, 24 points, and I'm setting up an easy P spot. But what's opponent going to do there, supposing they had the H? Well, it could be nearly 30 points, and my rack lead wasn't fabulous. What am I missing? Rami is good. What about just EF? 22 points, keeping a balanced rack. I don't really want to draw Qs or the Vs. Let me count the remaining vowels. 3 out of 24. This is crazy. Every single vowel I've got is massively precious. So, with that in mind, is there any way of preserving all of my vowels? I'm very unlikely to draw any. Wow. No, I'm going to have to hope that these 3 vowels are enough to survive, but it's great news in terms of opponent bingoing. Yeah, my P can go above double E, as can the Vs, but I'm just going to suck that up. It's not going to be deadly. So, F. Wow. Yep, F for 22. And this looks close to a bingo. I have pale tot on my rack in case opponent chooses to open the board. Nothing beginning with I. It'll be opponent changes probably had a rack full of consonants, and hopefully they've got another rack full of them. So what am I going to do? P is good. I've still got the PO spot, and I've got the last A. Interesting. Just let me check that pale tot doesn't fit alongside Darioles. I don't think it does. No. 5 minutes on my clock. I definitely want to hang on to the, well, the A, all my vowels really. 2 T's to come, so I could do with splitting these up. I could do with playing the P for score. So what about this 22 points providing very little for opponent? I am going with this. Great, I draw the U, which is one of the few remaining vowels, just 2 vowels left in the bag. This looks close to a bingo. Cortels and sulcate, I think. Neither plays, nothing with a W. What about an I? And that could be in first place or towards the end. Not seeing anything. I lead by 130. Be fascinating to see what opponents drawn after they changed. I managed to dodge the Q and both V's. Now I have burnt the P for PO. But I got 22 points. I suppose I would only have scored more if I'd played a 5-letter play beginning with P, but that would have burnt 2 vowels, which in the context of this crazy vowel shortage I didn't want to do. Great, just 18 for opponent. Well, my instinct is to play Claude, but your instinct isn't a good guide when there's such a vowel shortage. I can play Cur. Do I want to burn the U? Well, there's an argument for hanging on to every single tile here. What if I play Cur, I'm taking out this I. There's still an I from Wiry, and there's still a QAT spot. It's only 15 points, but I don't think there's a huge number of points available on this board, and I don't think a C floater is useful for opponent. So, and this rack leave is really good. I'm going with this. Okay, so Iolets is good, I think. Nowhere for that. Opponent changes again. Hilarious. Now, I've drawn the Y, which is good because it's a quasi-vowel. I've drawn an E, which is crazy. So I played CU and I drew vowel and quasi-vowel, which is absolutely crazy. So what am I going to do here? 3 minutes on my clock, 8 tiles to come. I need to... Let's taunt opponent by burning a vowel. Ye for 25. So I have dartles. Do I have anything through the C? Oh, maybe I should have checked last turn. Iolets with a C. I don't think I had catalyzed. That would be 2 A's. Do I have anything this turn with the C? No. Nothing beginning with I, with no ends to come. Oh, 2 ends to come, so... But without an N on my rack, this I not particularly useful. Nothing with a W. Any plays ending ward, blocked by Toff. Opponents played Gov for 26. 3 tiles in the bag. I could play Lud, keeping the best possible 5-letter set. 2 minutes on my clock. To what extent should I be leaving that C alone for me to bingo? Is there anywhere else I can play LD? No, I don't think so. Jube doesn't take a D. Okay, I think this game is won. I'm going with this. Right, so I draw an N. Not seeing anything. 2 minutes on my clock. W's been taken out. No bingo lanes left, apart from, well, I've considered I. So I lead by 110. This game is won. Opponent's got a horror show, these 5 tiles, so I just need to go out in 2. I'm not going to waste much time over this. 21 points, and I'm surely going out with AR. I have Rag, and I have R and Dar. AE doesn't take anything, so I don't think I could have scored much off the S. This is close to opponent being stuck with a tile, because they probably would take 3 or 4 turns to go out with this rack, so I may have been able to score a lot more with Sterner, but I just don't wish to protract the ending of this game. And also I only had a minute, so I had limited opportunities for seeing my way through to the ultimate game. So what's the 11 minutes on opponent's clock? What's the best I can see with AR? War for 9. Ari for 6. Okay, so opponent gets 14. What did I have in mind? So is 1 minute on my clock. Anything better than 9 points available? R and AH is 9. Raggy is good. Tofat isn't. Vart not good. $10 points. Rock and roll. Vega is good. A and R. $40 seconds left. No, so here we go. And the final score, 357 for opponent, 492 for me, a winning margin of 135 points. So a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Fantastic stuff. So it was me to go fast. Jizz playable, but look at this, 4 vowels in the keep. So although it's a 16-point sacrifice, I think that's a sacrifice worth making. So on score and rack leave, AA00 is horrible. Probably worth minus 15 to minus 20. ZOA, I would say, is positive. Maybe worth plus 3 or 4. So there could well be a 20-point difference in rack leave valuations and only a 16-point difference in score. Now, nice rack for opponent, no bingo. They played Jube. And I have a bingo. Ho Atsin for 86. Opponent's rack. Mora. Great, no bingo missed. There is the minified bingo, which was blocked. So I play if for 18, keeping mind. Excuse me. Indy J7. Okay, in this spot, but Indy takes an S. About 35 points. However, I don't like this rack leave. I think mind is a decent rack leave. Opponent's rack, they play Zinc. Thought about mince, didn't like double E, but went with it for 28 points, and nothing obviously better. Opponent plays Muni. And I have Zoo for 36 and an 80-point lead. Opponent plays Piner. I play a G or a G for 22, D14. Yeah, this is using the Hoatzin hook. So I could burn the S for only 9 more points. Well, the S is worth about 9, so that's not great, especially putting an E next to this double letter square and access to the triple. Opponent plays a Da. Phew, no missed bingo here. And this is where I play Towers. Wheats L1. Okay, I think Towers is better. Even though the E is duplicated, the E is a good bingo tile. Missed bingo, I relate through the T I've just provided. Phew. Opponent plays Owl. F3, Deek. Yep, that was my play. Now opponent does spot their bingo in Darioles, but I'm able to come straight back with resolds for 71, only 3 more points on offer. Lower Rees, that's nice, but not really worth spending the time looking for it, because if I did play there, although I'm not creating anything bottom left or no real access to triple word squares, I would be leaving alone the front hook for Towers. Now opponent's rack. No bingo, they play Wiry, and this is the point where I think I noticed there were only 3 vowels to come, which is crazy because I didn't feel that either of us had been making plays which suggested we had been swamped with vowels. I don't think I had any racks with 5 vowels. Anyway, they had gone, and I played EF partly to preserve my vowels and not many more points on offer. Fantastic, look at this beautiful sight, not a vowel in sight. So opponent changes, nowhere for Pale Tot. Petal was available, but I didn't want to burn my vowels, and Petal would have set up the A front hook. There are no A's, but there is a blank. So what do? I play Pot for 22, a 20-point score sacrifice, and I'll take that. Opponent still no vowels. Plays Toff. Yeah, and I play Cur here. I'm not going to put a vowel or... Yeah, I'm not going to put anything in the middle of column 1, even with the vowel shortage. Although Cur does open column 1, the triple word squares are inaccessible with the remaining tiles. The point of view here is from opponent's point of view. From my point of view, there are just no bingos available. Now, opponent's rack. Let's just go back. They change again with this rack. Now, no bingo for me. Y going in front of O. So I could have played Yeats for 51, drawing from this horror show. What do? I play Yi for 25. Again, another big point sacrifice, but maintaining a really good rack leave and knowing that the pool is horrible. Now, opponent's drawn a vowel, grossly unfair, but they don't have a bingo, and they play Gov. No bingo here. So 3 tiles in the bag. They're all ghastly, and they could be absolutely horrendous beyond belief. So I like playing Lud and keeping a very good 5-letter set which can survive any draw. Opponent plays Quit. And now the bag is empty, so I can just go out into only 5 more points on offer. Opponent plays Veg, and finally F12. Oh, Raw, Rami and Agon. Yep, that would have been nice. 17 points, so 7 points left on the table at the end. But what a game. Absolutely fabulous stuff. Always great to win, and nearly 500 points. And this video is going to be released next Tuesday on the eve of the World Scrabble Championships in Ghana. Super excited to be part of the England team, and it's just going to be a fabulous event. It's an invitation-only event. Each country has got allocated a certain number of places, and they those places are allocated to their best players by whatever method they choose them. But it's just so good every 2 years to get together with other people who are not only passionate about the game, but excel in the game. And, well, it's all beginning tomorrow morning. So back to this game. Many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching this game. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.